But Mr. Speaker, we must be careful, because when you look at the way this motion is worded, we seem more concerned about the property that was damaged, and we are not talking about the 10 people that lost their lives yesterday. We are not talking about the 60 that lost their lives last year, right here in Parliament.
Order,
Mr. Speaker,
Mbui, order.
Mr. Speaker.
Order, Robert Mbui, take your seat. Save his time. Save his time. Robert Mbui, I'm also sitting here and I listen. Let's have fidelity to facts. Milo Odhiambo next to you has eulogized all the dead up to 20 years back. Your neighbor there who moved the motion talked about the same thing. Kimani Ichung'wah talked about the same thing. So let's bear fidelity to facts. The motion is not just about what is written, but also what is going to the Hansard. Go ahead.
Mr. Speaker,
your time was saved, so you have not lost.
Mr. Speaker, the motion is very clear. It doesn't actually talk about the 60 that were killed last year. It doesn't talk about the 10 that were killed yesterday. It talks only about the destruction of property. So, Mr. Speaker, it's important. It's very important that we be careful about this issue. Mr. Speaker.
Yes, Junet.
Mr. Speaker, is my deputy, who is not behaving very well also. Mr. Speaker, is he in order to mislead the House that we are in demonstrations, we have only lost 10 people, 60 people, when he knows very well we were with him having sofrias on our head, and we lost over 100 people on the road, Mr. Speaker, and he was part of us that time. Why is he not talking about those ones? Or because they are Luos, Mr. Speaker, and their lives don't matter. Luo lives don't matter in this country, Mr. Speaker.
Mr. Speaker, the minority leader knows that we also lost people from our region during all those demonstrations. So it's not about tribe. Mr. Speaker, we have to be careful not to trivialize a very serious thing. Now, Mr. Speaker, my concern is this, that this regime, unfortunately, seems to be curtailing rights that are enshrined in our Constitution under Chapter 4. Mr. Speaker, the first one is the freedom to demonstrate, Article 37. Yesterday, you know that the police were trying to stop our youth from demonstrating, which unfortunately is against the Constitution. Mr. Speaker, the right to life, police bullets have taken so many lives, and that is against Article 26. Mr. Speaker, the freedom for movement, which the minority leader has talked about, that people are coming from other places, is a right under Article 39. And Mr. Speaker, also the freedom of media under Article 34 has to also be respected. These rights are being trampled upon. But Mr. Speaker, more importantly, the reason behind yesterday's function is that we were coming to lay wreaths. Mr. Speaker, you know, you gave us permission. We laid wreaths even with members of this House, outside Parliament, with your permission. I had informed you that my leaders would also be coming to lay wreaths, and you didn't refuse. You only said they don't come.
I told you it was not welcome in the presence of Parliament.
You said they don't come into Parliament. Yes. Mr. Speaker, we laid the wreaths at the fence on the barbed wire that has been put, that is barricading Parliament. Mr. Speaker, how does a member then wake up and say that it is wrong for my party leader to commemorate and mourn those that were killed from all regions of the country? So, Mr. Speaker, I think let us not trivialize this thing. I have seen there's an attempt to try and malign certain individuals out of yesterday's activities. Mr. Speaker, this was spontaneous, and it was done across the country. And Mr. Speaker, I condemn the destruction. I condemn the looting. I condemn the killings. But we must condemn it fairly so that we do not make it a partisan issue or an individual or even a tribal issue.
Yes, Deputy Speaker. Everybody has 2 minutes.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, for giving me the opportunity. I must say that I give my condolences to the families who lost their loved ones. Also, my sympathies with the police officers who are injured. And also, congratulate the police for trying to keep the peace of this country. Honorable Speaker, what happened yesterday was not demonstrations. They were not peaceful demonstrations. Those were acts of hooliganism by criminals who destroyed people's properties. Today, there are people in Nairobi and other parts of the country who are facing bankruptcy. There are people who will not be able to pay for their children to go to school or even feed their families because they have lost everything and all their investment as in the name that somebody was exercising their right, their constitutional right to demonstrate. Yes, you can exercise your constitutional right to demonstrate, but you cannot exercise your right while you destroy the properties and the rights of others. That is completely unacceptable. Your rights end where the other person's rights start. And so we must guard our country from anarchy. We must take action against those who attacked our police stations. CCTV footage is available. They should be arrested and they should be charged. Because even if they are our children, they are not permitted to destroy people's properties or to burn down the government property, vehicles, police stations, courthouses. And I must say, shame on you, Chief Justice Maraga. You're currently on pension paid by the government. They pay for your cars, they pay for your gardener, they pay for your cook, and then you go to the streets to demonstrate and mislead our children, to destroy people's properties. Shame on you, Chief Justice Maraga. Somebody of you.
Farah Maalim.
Mr. Speaker, I also begin by sending my condolences to all those ones who lost loved ones in all the incidents that had happened in this country for a very long time. Mr. Speaker, please, Mr. Speaker, there are countries that are autocratic and there are countries that are despotic. There are countries that are ruled by dictators. It is better to be ruled by a despot than to get into a situation of anarchy and chaos and you have a dissolution of that country. Mr. Speaker, the cardinal rule of the executive in this country here, Mr. Speaker, protect me from all this.
Order, honorable members. Let's listen to one another. Go on.
Mr. Speaker, my message goes out to two people. Anybody who is a dignified, retired politician who is having a pension on the basis of that position he held like a speaker, or anybody or in the judiciary, or a politician who is a former president or a former prime minister and gets involved in these kind of things, we should make a law that makes sure that he does not enjoy those perks again. I respected Maraga up until now, but I've now seen that he is nothing but a chaotic anarchist. Juvenile and many others. Mr. Speaker, they took a bit of my time. Give me 1 minute. Mr. Speaker, the most protected place in this world is the White House. It's not the Pentagon.
Give him a minute.
It is not the Pentagon. If you try to scale the boundary of the White House on 1600 Philadelphia Street, you'll be shot in the head. Immediately there are snipers out there to make sure that nobody scales that. When you have an ambition to go and occupy State House, you have occupied Parliament, you have burnt what do you call the judiciary. Mr. Speaker, that is anarchy and chaos, and it is on the executive to make sure that the institutions are protected, the lives and properties of Kenyans are protected, and there is a rule of law. There is only one way of dealing with people who are lawless, and that is a very firm application of the law itself. Mr. Speaker, we don't want to have a failed state. If we continue with this kind of liberalism and the way things are happening right now, Gachagua should be in prison today. He should be out there recording a statement and going to prison and going to court. And so should be all those other.
Mary Masse. Order. Mary Masse.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I stand also to condole with the families who lost their loved ones and also wish quick recovery to all those who got injured, including our police officers who are putting their life in line to protect Kenyans and their property. Honorable Speaker, what happened yesterday was very disgusting, despicable to say the least. Honorable Speaker, what we witnessed yesterday was an organized uprising against this country. And we cannot allow this to continue, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, we've had demonstrations in the past. We have had demonstrations, But the peculiarity of the recent demonstrations is disturbing, Honorable Speaker. Why are they targeting protected areas like Parliament, like State House, Honorable Speaker? Honorable Speaker, I want to support the position by the members who have spoken that these incidents must be investigated thoroughly and all the culprits brought to book, Honorable Speaker. We cannot continue to watch Kenya degenerate into a state of lawlessness and anarchy because we do not have any other country to go to. This is our country. And I conclude by saying, Honorable Speaker, honorable members, we need to bring an amendment in law to this House where we designate specific places for picketing so that if you want to picket, there is a designated place for you to go and picket. Not everywhere and disturbing everyone's peace and disturbing people's businesses and destroying people's property. It's unacceptable, Honorable Speaker.
Yes, Kibagendi, what's your point of order? You have a point of order? Yes, what is it? Kibagendi, hold your horses.
Mheshimiwa Spika, hapo awali tukianza bunge hili ulisema kwamba iwapo kwamba wabunge watajisajili wa kutosha ili turudi kwa ule mswada wa NGCDF ungesitisha mazungumzo tupige kura. Ngoja kidogo tafadhali. Wasiwasi wangu Mheshimiwa Spika, ndio sababu nisimame kwa point of order, ni kwamba nimeona chamba hichi kilikuwa kimejaa na wengine huenda wakawa wako na shughuli ambazo zinawafanya wanatoka. Ifike wakati wa kwamba nitujadili mswada huu tuwe hatuna idadi ya watu, na kuomba Mheshimiwa Spika kwa taadhima zote na heshima usitishe mjadala huu, kwanza tujadili mswada uliokuwepo tupige.
Thank you. Honorable Chonga, from where I sit, I can see all of you, and I can tell how many you are. Since I made that pronouncement, the highest recorded number has been 193. That is not 233. The highest number you have recorded since I made the direction has been 193. So the moment you reach 233, I'll stop the clock on this motion and we vote. The moment we don't get there, the motion we passed stands. Thank you. Kibagendi.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, and I want to appreciate for this opportunity. It is the first time you've given me a chance to speak outside a question or statement in this House. I appreciate. I want to also associate myself with the concerns that have been raised by my fellow colleagues